So hi guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today our lecture is about history. Okay. So I say a very good morning to all of you and today is our history session 1. So our today's lecture plan is about Mughal Empire, the first chapter of history's book, Mughal Empire. And we would learn about Babur, Humayun, Shah Jahan, Jahangir, Aurangzeb and Akbar. So firstly, we would learn about Babur, the first Mughal emperor. So, Babur was a Muslim ruler in India and he was very keen to rule over every country and to expand his territory. So, in 1526, he defeated the Emperor of Delhi in the Battle of Panipat. So, guys, this Battle of Panipat extended till 2 to 3 days because it was a very tough battle. So, if Akbar won this battle, so it means that he became an unchallengeable ruler of northern India because at that time the Emperor of Delhi was the strongest at that time. So if Babur defeated the Emperor of Delhi, so he would be an unchallengeable ruler of northern India. So Babur defeated the Emperor of Delhi and he also defeated the other Indian chiefs so that he could control over many countries and he could spread out Islam as he was a Muslim. So he wanted to spread out Islam in the whole of the world so that everybody could offer prayers and he could be an unchallengeable ruler of northern India. Okay, so next is Babur's son Humayun. So we all know that Babur was an unchallengeable ruler of northern India. So after his success of Babur, just 4 years after Babur died, and he was succeeded by his son Humayun. So guys, the meaning of succeeded is that his whole of the empire went into the hands of Babur in went into the hands of Humayun in 1530. Okay, so the Afghan chief Sher Shah Suri defeated Humayun in battle and took up control of many of his territories. And Humayun also had to face many opposition from his own brothers. But then he took the control over Babur's land that Babur had won. Babur had success on the other Indian chief that they also had many lands. So Babur took over their lands also. So Humayun also controlled over the lands of Babur. So, but Humayun's success was very short-lived because the trap, like Humayun placed a trap in library that whoever comes in his library would be dead. But Humayun himself slept on his own robes of the library and fell to death. So now let's come to Humayun's son Akbar. This Akbar's is the similar to Babur, as Akbar also wanted to expand his territory. So in 1581, he announced a new religion called Deen-e-Ilahi. As this Deen-e-Ilahi religion contained the elements of both Muslim and Hinduism, that both the religions would be in the same power, would be a unity, and they should not do any of the battles. But this religion did not took root. This religion died after the Akbar's death. So Akbar ruled for 50 years. So like in after Akbar's death in 1605, this religion was totally finished as the people did not follow it, as people thought that if we would support Muslims, if the Hindus thought that if we would support Muslims, so we would become low. It means that we would not be so famous. Like why we are supporting the Muslims? So that's why this religion was fully died. Now let's come to Jahangir. Jahangir is Akbar's son. Okay. So Jahangir was the one who signed a commercial treaty with the British in 1615, as he did not realize only that after the Mughal, when after few years the British was totally control over the Mughal Empire, and the Mughal Empire would be finished, it would be vanished, as the British was totally closed up the Mughal Empire, and the British would overthrow the Mughal Empire, we can say in a good words. So then Jahangir as well died. So Khurram, Jahangir's son, took over the throne in the name of Shah Jahan. So Shah Jahan is also famous for building Taj Mahal. Everybody knows that he is famous for building Taj Mahal in the memory of his wife Mumtaz Mahal. And he also tried to expand his territory in the campaign against the Persians and in the modern day of Uzbekistan. As at that time Uzbekistan was very modern. They used to do modern things like right now we do. At that time there were modern things as well. And so then then Humayun also defeated the Portuguese, because there's a specific reason that why did Shah Jahan defeated the Portuguese, as the Portuguese were trying to forcefully convert Muslim girls to Christianity, as there were few girls of Christianity. So the Portuguese was they were brutally converting the Muslim girls to Christianity. So now let's come to Aurangzeb. So guys, Aurangzeb was a very tough ruler, and that from my thought, as in 1657 Shah Jahan became seriously ill. So all of his four sons wanted to be the emperor. So when they saw that Shah Jahan was dying, their father were dying, so they began to fight with each other. Like Shah Jahan and Murad had coins stuck in their name, showing them as a new emperor. But Dara Shikoh was the eldest son in four of them. So he thought that he would become the he would become the emperor. So Murad and Aurangzeb both joined forces and they defeated Dara Shikoh's army. So Dara Shikoh's story was finished at that time. Now only three were left: Shah Jahan, Murad and Aurangzeb. Okay, so when Shah Jahan recovered from his illness, so he told his three sons that don't march on Agra, don't defeat Agra, because there were their mothers Mumtaz Mahal favorite building in the Taj Mahal. So he did not wanted that Taj Mahal would be broken. So his son Aurangzeb replied that his father was very ill. So now it's time that he himself should control over his emperor. So after then Shah Jahan, Murad and Aurangzeb had a very extreme fight in between all of them. So then, but Aurangzeb won the battle and Murad and Shah Jahan were defeated, and Aurangzeb took over the emperor, and Shah Jahan was prisoned for his lifetime until he died in 1666, and he was also buried in Taj Mahal only. So guys, in the next lecture we would learn about more Aurangzeb's reforms, his successors, that what did Aurangzeb do for his country, for his emperor. Okay, so I say a thank you to all of guys for listening my lecture. So have a nice day, stay home, stay safe, bye guys.